detected.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Azazel Gaming Room, and today we're here to talk about another clutch video, but this is a different one. This is basically for PVE. I made this one specifically because I seen people comment. It was like they don't got the backfire. Some people don't have the Ridgeway. Know me, I like to make different variants. This one just need all golds. It might take a little bit farming. The only thing you need is a Chatterbox, is what you've seen in the beginning of the footage and what you've seen from the title. But that is all you need, and just some time to farm. But we're going to go right straight into it right here. But if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returning person, leave a comment. And if you're a hater, well, you already know what I say. Hi, hater. But let's get straight to it. We not about to spend too long on this. We're just going to get straight to it, deep dive in, and it is what it is. Like as you see right here in the build, there is all golds except for the Chatterbox. Like I said, it's easy to obtain the Chatterbox. If you don't know how to obtain it, you can have a friend drop it for you, or you could just go around, get the hyena boxes, and get the keys to open the boxes, and then you have a chance to get the parts, and then you could go and craft it at the station, and there you go. So that's how you get the Chatterbox. So yeah, a little different from what you see, but let's start off with the specialization. You already know we gotta rock Firewall. You heard it in my videos. This is the only way you're going to get health on kill. And then they got the Whip It kit. I call it the Whip It kit, but it got a kit where we pop the kit, you get your health, which is crucial, which you need, and you get armor back for 10 seconds. This is only with the specialization, Firewall. That's what it is. And it also has a feature where when your armor break, which it is a lot because you got clutch, and you see I got low armor, it will put all the enemies around you on fire. So that actually, keeps you alive as well. The survivability is crazy with the build. Don't look at the arbor and be like, yo, I'm clicking off. Trust me, you just gotta have some skill. That is one thing I'm gonna say. You're gonna need some skill. You're gonna need to understand the build. You're gonna die a lot in the beginning, trust me. But when you get accustomed playing with clutch, everything is so easy. I'm not saying it's so easy, but everything is just it just comes right to you. It's very simple. As you see me make all these different variants, so that just tells you. But let's get into the Chatterbox. I don't want to hold too much of your time. So you got the Chatterbox, expertise 28. Don't really have to have it to 28, but the most damage, the better it is, right? So it's for 101.80k, 850 RPM, which do not knock it. And it got 60 in the mag, which was my biggest problem with the clutch build, was having short mags. But having this and then seeing the talent, it's amazing. So we got max SMG, crit chance, damage targets on the cover. You already know all the saucy stuff, right? We got the mods, 15% critical hit chance, 10% rounds, weapon handling, which again is very crucial because it gives you their reload speed and accuracy. And if you don't know, the P90 has very bad accuracy. So then we got 15% critical hit damage, which is a plus with the build. So technically, if you don't know how this talent works, as you see, when you reload, the rate of fire increases by 25% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of the magazine. So basically, if I have 6 enemies in front of me, I shoot, I reload. If all 6 of those enemies are within 15 meters, I get a crazy increase of RPM, and every time I kill any of those NPCs, I do not have to reload my mag. I have the 50% chance to refill your mag, which happens a lot, as you've seen in the clip. So you kind of see what's going on. The faster the RPM, the faster you kill, and then we're timing this with the modifiers. Again, I play with the modifiers, so if you do not play with the modifiers, the build could still work. But as you see, the modifiers increases the RPM, increases the damage, increases the reload speed. It just makes the clutch build just do more dominance, is what you see. And then you see I got all of my journeys unlocked. I got all the passive modifiers unlocked with it as well. You see critical recovery, You know, look, heals 5% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. I still have a shield, you know. So all of this, look, critical hits have a 40% chance of granting 1% momentum throw speed, which is a plus. That's why all of this makes a lot of sense, and I've talked about this in my video. So if you do not have your modifiers unlocked, again, the build would work, but with these modifiers, it is godly, as you've seen. So that's why it works good with that. So you put all that RPM, you times that RPM with this, it's going crazy. That's just what it is, right? Secondary gun, it doesn't really matter for real. You could go with any other gun you want. Specifically, again, I know it matters. This is based on the Chatterbox, but if you need to swap over, then swap over to what you need. It doesn't really matter. You could throw on a AR, but throw on an SMG just to, you know, get the maximum of the same stats as what you're gonna get from the Chatterbox to another SMG. So that's what we're saying with that. Doesn't really matter about the pistol. That don't mean anything, but I got a pistol with preservation. If I do need that extra 10% armor real fast, it ain't a problem to swap over and get it, but it's not really my main concern because I'm just trying to kill as fast as I can to clutch up as much. So now we're going with 2-piece Gilligard, right? And all these pieces, again, all these pieces are all health and crit damage, except for the chest piece for Seska, but we're gonna get to that. So we got 2-piece Gilligard. The reason why I went with 2-piece Gilligard because I get the 5% total armor and 60% health, and the armor is crucial. Again, it might not seem like a lot of armor, but the more armor, again, we're not trying to go with all cores of blues, like saying we need to go with all reds. That's why we went 6 cores, and we trying to hit 1 million armor, which is possible if we increase all the pieces to expertise 30 whenever they add it into the game. We're definitely going to hit to that, but as of right now we at 971k because of this 5% as well. But you see we got health. This is a chill out mask as well. Crit damage on there, right? Boom, that's the slides up right there. Now we got the 3-piece Seska. Again, it's the same exact 3 pieces I had in a lot of my videos. Perfect clutch is what rolls on the Seska. It should be named Seska, which is Devil's Due. Only drops in the DZ, and I believe you could obtain it sometimes when they put it in the requisition station for countdown or in the vendors, so you can go get that. But I got crit damage, health, again, perfect clutch. If you're below 20% armor, critical hits repair 2.5 missing armor. Kills allow you to repair up to 100% armor for 4 to 10 seconds based on the number of red cores. And that's why you see me have 6 red cores, and that's why you see clutch is really efficient. It's really efficient when it comes to low armor builds, you know. And here's another tip: when you play with this build, it's okay to be in your health pool. I know a lot of people like myself, when I started playing with the build, I was so uncomfortable playing in my health pool because, you know, you've been playing with almost the same exact health for all these years. When you armor breaks, you get straight damage to your health, you die. But with this, you kind of want to get your health low because that is when the talent works. As you see, you want to get your health low. When you get that health low, you start killing stuff, your health start going back up, and it's crazy, as you see. So that's why you want to go with that. And the reason why we went with the 1-piece Palisades, and I switched this to a weapon core because this normally rolls with blues, that's how we got all 6 reds, is because you got the 10% armor on kill. That's not a lot, but it's a lot doing when you times in with clutch, because I'm critting, times it when I'm actually with this as well, and then you times it with the modifiers as well. As you see, I'm just consistently surviving, you know. Like, there be some times where, you know, you feel like you're gonna die, and as you seen, like, I thought I was gonna die in those clips and I didn't. That's what made me start to realize, like, yo, this build really got some potential. So that's what I can say about that. And here is another thing: we have 1.2 million health. The only way you're going to obtain that is, again, you need to have 3-piece Seska. You need to have health on all your pieces, and as you see, we got 2-piece Gilda for that extra health. You know, health is very hard to obtain. I really hope in the Brooklyn DLC they really buff these values, because honestly, it ain't, I mean, it's good, it works with these builds because people, you know, I won't say people, but you have low armor, so it's like they get you in the health pool. You see clutch always works when you have low armor, but I still feel like health needs to get buffed. But as you see, we got 1.2 million health. Like how I said before, we have it on all of our pieces. So that's what I want to say to that. Skills, shield, striker shield, which is always the best. Just, I can sit behind the shield, even though the shield's not tanky enough, I can still kill an enemy fast enough to actually, you know, rebuild and get my clutch back up. And then, like how I said with the modifiers, we have a modifier specifically right here where it says heals 5% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. So again, you times all that, you see why the survivability is what it is. Then we got a drone. I don't know why, since I got a bombarder drone. I don't know what I was doing with that, but defender drone specifically. You could go with a revolver hop if you want to, but me, when you get more advanced with this build, you can actually play with different skills. And a defender drone, you actually want it. It soaks up the bullets. I got 28 expertise in it as well, so it's very tanky. So we go for that. Stats ain't really too much. 60% crit chance is what you need. More crit chance, the better clutch works. 156 crit damage. And then we have on the P90, like I said, for any secondary gun, but I know some of y'all care, 50% critical hit chance and 151 crit damage for that. You know, that's basically what we have for those two. I have an AR version coming very soon, and I also have another PvP version coming soon. That's kind of what I was trying to confuse on which one I want to drop, but we got that. Now, the chest piece talent. The reason why I'm saving this one for last is because you could go with what you want. Sometimes I go back to Unbreakable, but Obliterate. In this case, if you want to obliterate anything, slap on Obliterate. Critical hits, increase the total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stack up to 20 times. So you can understand the insane RPM buff with the Chatterbox, and then you stacking up Obliterate as fast as you can. And then you're killing something, or you're killing an enemy or skill, and then you have a 50% chance of it just refreshing your mag. You just have infinite ammo, or you're just shooting infinity, and you're just instantly clutching up. Again, there's some tips and pointers. If y'all want me to make a video on how to like play with clutch, I could do that as well. You know, because again, I know some people watch the gameplay, and some people don't play like specifically how some people do in gameplay. So if you need some tips on that, I'll make a video based on that. That will basically be it. You know, it's a nice PVE clutch build. I'm telling you, I had to choose this background, but that's it, man. Like, trust me, I have so many variants coming out. It's crazy. The more I play with this, like how I said earlier, the build becomes more fun. So I really want y'all to play with something different. We all know striker is the best in slot. We all know that. Trust me, I know that. Like, I already have a loadout right here, you know, but it's like, it gets boring after a while, you know. Like, we all been playing with the same stuff. Like how I said before, the developers added in season modifiers to the game to make you play a different way. Once I've started to see all this 5% and your armor shield and critical hits, I automatically said, oh yeah, I'm about to make a clutch build for PvE for this season, because it's a different way of exploring the game, you know. And I played with clutch back in the days when the game first came out, so that's why I'm gonna continue to keep making these variants. And I have PvP variants too. I just dropped one last week, as y'all see, so trust me, it's going to keep coming. But I'm gonna end the video here. If you're new, leave a like. If you're a returning person, leave a comment. And if you're a hater, well, you might be in another clutch video or something like that. It doesn't really matter, I still love you too. But it's your boy Zay. I'll catch y'all in my next video, and hopefully I have an exuberant day. Peace.